I even think like him telling this story on the podcast, like to me didn't even seem like he was shading him that much. They were laughing about it, but George Karl still seems to have a bit of beef with Carmelo Anthony. The decades-long feud that has been going on between Carmelo Anthony and Coach George Karl is continuing on in 2024. And recently, Carmelo went on his podcast to talk about it a bit. So let's take a look at what Carmelo had to say.
Oh, we was gonna have issues. The first day he got the job. He got the job a couple days before we played Milwaukee Bucks. So the whole thing was, I'm not coaching no game. My first game, I wanted to be against Milwaukee Bucks. Cool, go back home. They fucked you over there. I know the business. I know the game at the, and I really don't know the game when he came to the team. I'm 21 now. All I know is I got a big name coach coming. George Karl, Coach Milwaukee, Coach Seattle, Gary Payton, you know what I mean? All of that. We get to Milwaukee after shoot around, call me to his room and tell me, hey man, like I think you overrated. Like you have a lot of work.
Yo, that's crazy. First sentence?
Listen.
Nah.
That nigga's embarrassed to be next to me.
Look at this. Look at this. Nigga don't even want to look at you, B. No. Yo. Nah, yo. Nah. Hey, George Karl, watch your fucking mouth, man.
No, he started that narrative though, like the defensive narrative. But I'm gonna get to that point. The first shoot around, he come to me and say like, look, man, I think you overrated. We have a lot of work to do. I know I ain't, you know what I mean? I know I got a lot of work. I got a long way to go in this league. But my nigga,
you just got here.
You just got here. Like you ain't asking no questions of like who's who, what's what, what's going on, what's the vibe, individual meetings with every player to introduce yourself. You ain't do none of that yet. You called me. Told me I was overrated. Looked at him. All right. So yeah, you remind me of I see your role on this team. You're more like deadlift strength.
Nah, get the fuck out.
No, this is word is born. This is a fact.
Nigga said that now, bro. Nah.
First of all, I don't know who Detlef Shrimp is, but George Karl clipped this video and tweeted, hey, Carmelo Anthony, let's not do this. You're telling stories that are 20 years old. Let's move forward. And you were overrated, and you wish your game was as efficient as Detlef's. Which is actually, to me, this is just hilarious. This is one of the comments says, bit ironic, you wrote a whole book not so long ago with stories that took personal shots at Melo, Kenyon Martin, and JR. Another person commented, 0 rings, 0 championships, 0 retired vet players that like you, 1 tenure getting blessed enough to coach Melo. Numbers don't add up, unfortunately. I personally, I'm one of those Carmelo enthusiasts. I don't think that Carmelo was overrated. I think that Carmelo is one of the best scorers in NBA history. And listen, not all scorers are going to be championship winners. It's Carmelo, you got Allen Iverson. There are guys who are iconic Hall of Fame level players who don't add up to winning championships. And I think Carmelo is one of those guys. Maybe I also have a personal bias because I've worked with Carmelo multiple times and he seems just like a good human being. So I even think like him telling this story on the podcast, like to me didn't even seem like he was shading him that much. They were laughing about it, but George Karl still seems to have a bit of beef with Carmelo Anthony. Step into a world of natural wellness and Caribbean flavors with Mabi Artisanal Tea, the embodiment of plant power and hydration. Take a sip, join the movement, and embrace a healthier you. Visit MabiTea.com or your local Sprouts Farmers Market now to experience the taste of the Caribbean in every revitalizing blend. All right, you guys, so George Karl is still going in these tweets. He said, I've wanted to turn a corner with Melo and see him celebrated in Denver and in general. After his BS this week, I'm unsure again. What do you think? Should Carmelo Anthony be honored for his best years which were with me, in Denver or not. And he did a poll, and 46% of you guys voted yes, that he should be honored in Denver for his best years. And then after that, he tweeted again, and he said, I'm willing to chop it up and hash things out on your show, Melo, are you? And he tagged him. And then he posted a photo of like a throwback, super throwback Carmelo Anthony in a Nuggets jersey, which also, by the way, Carmelo Anthony was the first NBA jersey that I owned, actually, because I used to watch him at Oak Hill as well when like him and LeBron had that crazy game. You remember? Well, I remember. It was like a big part of my childhood when they went up against each other in high school. And I was a huge fan of Carmelo in high school as well, because that like LeBron Melo era is just like my golden years of watching basketball. I will say though, I would love if he really is reaching out and saying that he wants to chat with Melo on a podcast. I think these two should absolutely do it. I think that would be great for NBA media. But you guys let me know, is Carmelo overrated? Should his jersey be retired in Denver? Should he be honored in Denver as well as in New York, even though he doesn't have any rings? And I think with that, you guys, that's all we have for Courtside Club today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you thumbs up this video and subscribe, because we have new videos every single week. And I hope that by next week's video, my voice will be a little bit better, because I will be finally over whatever this sickness is that I have. And I'll have a bit more energy for you guys. But thank you so much for watching, per usual, and we will see you next time. Bye.